we're going to race that. Welcome to this episode of Heartbreak Garage, and in this episode we're back on the Escort van. I know the race bike's taken over everything recently, but it has been, but the van is in need of some serious work. So the van is perfect in every way. It has fulfilled all my dreams so far, but the drivability is not the best at the moment. So we went for the MOT, we got it MOT'd, bimbled about. In fact, I've done loads of miles in it, and it was all running great for the first week, but it had been sat for oodles of boodles of time and whatnot, and there's issues now. So when it went for the MOT, it was great, but after about a week or two of driving, things started to rear their ugly head just because of the time it had been sat. So this episode, we're going to attack the shock absorbers. Now, the front shock absorbers, basically non-existent. All the inside stuff, the oil and whatnot, is now become outside stuff. And although that's really good for preventing rust, it doesn't really help with the absorption capabilities of the shock absorbers. Which does bring me to another question, is why do they call them shock absorbers? The spring absorbs the shock. The shock absorber or dampener just slows down the oscillations of the spring. So with no shock absorbers on the van, or shock absorbers with the inside stuff on the outside, the van is very much all over the road, and every time you hit a pothole or something like that, you basically feel like your spine and wrists are going to come flying out of your body, and you just basically turning your bones to chalk. So we don't want that. We want a more comfortable ride. I went out with the dog with it the other day, and the look on his face was just, I'll add a picture. Anyway, so what have we got? So we have got KYB shock absorbers from Wrexham Motoring Supplies in Wrexham, and they are premium shock absorbers. Now, I didn't go lowered or anything like that. This is my daily, I want to use it, so I didn't go for anything like that. I just went for what they are there, which was these, and I'm hoping they're going to be right. Let's have a look at them. Oh, I am excited. So, here they are, and a new nut to go on the top. Yeah, beautiful. Look at them. Now, I'm hoping they're the right ones. There was some discussion in the car place, because things like this can be difficult sometimes, but look, premium. So the only difficulties we're going to have is getting the old ones off, because of the vintage of the car, or the retroness, basically the rust is what I'm trying to say. There's a pinch bolt that goes through here on the hub, and they can be, especially on Fords, a real pain in the ass. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some fire to help us along. We've got some WD-40, and I know I always say if it don't fit, don't force it, but we're not trying to get it to fit, we're trying to get it off so I can refit the new ones. So we're going to use a reasonably sized hammer out of my collection of many, just to tickle her along, to break up the stiction and get her apart. But like I say, them pinch bolts can be a right pain in your arse. So we'll take the hammer, we'll take the fire, and we'll take the WD-40, and if it don't fit, don't force it. Not great. So here we have it. This is the top mount. It's on the inner wing, one nut securing it. It's a 19mm. I'm giving it some lube. Fucking mint. Perfect. So whilst the weight was still on it, because I haven't jacked it up yet, that's what I did. I just got them cracked off. Axle sand, safety third. I don't know whether you can see in there just yet, but the extent of the outsideness, the oil from the inside of the shock that's now on the outside, is pretty fucking bad. Pretty bad. Oh dear, all the oil is on the outside and it should be on the inside. Those shockers are absolutely horrendous. I would be ashamed if I could be ashamed, but I'm not ashamed. It's just, I'm just using it and I'm happy about it. So let's get the shocker off. I can't quite believe it. It's just come straight undone. I hope they fit. The ones I've got anti-roll bar links on, brackets on them, but mine hasn't got anti-roll bars. So I'm hoping they're right. Bit tight, but it's coming. Oh, come on, I don't want to take it off. Please come off. All right.
I guess. So there we go, we can see the extent of the situation. All the oil is coming out, there's no dampening left in the shock absorber, and that makes the van horrific to drive and a bit scary. So there we go. Yeah, oh yeah, look at the chrome that's come off the shock absorber there from where it's been sat. That is horrendous. Wow, I've not seen one that bad in a long time. So onwards and upwards, we'll get the new one and see if they've sold me the right one. So yet again, I have been foiled. I think they're the wrong ones. Are they the wrong ones? Something doesn't seem right, but they look very similar. Are they the wrong ones? some shocks on. And everything was going so well. Take the old shock off, put the old shock in, old shock off, in, off, in, off. Right, wheel on, have a cup of coffee, scour the internet.
So it's a few weeks since that footage was filmed and it's been a struggle. I have been through no less than all of the shock absorbers. Thanks to Wrexham Motoring Supplies for bearing with me. We even had to get the paper catalogues out to figure out which ones they were. But after a lot of trial and a little bit of error, they managed to find these bad boys. I don't know where they got them from, but they got them. Excellent. They're a KYB premium shock absorber. I ain't lowering my van. I need to use it on the road, so it's not going lower. I might lower the back at some point, or maybe in the future lower it, but for now, standard, good quality standards the way. So this is what we got, and I like it. So we're going to try and fit these. It was a nightmare, but I think we're there now. So if it don't fit, don't force it. Thanks again for Wrexham Motoring Supplies for bearing with me and getting me out the shit. Also, I'd like to just do a shout out to, hold on a second, let me get it right. Rob's Sierra Cosworth and Rob. He always comments on my videos. I watch his videos and comment back as well. And I just think, shout out to other YouTubers that support other YouTubers. I'll put a link to his channel or video or whatever at the end of my video. And I love your car and I think it's mint. Anyway, let's get back to spannering on the van. If it don't fit, don't force it. Wheel is off, and as we can see, the state of the shock absorbers is no better. They have proper let go now. There's oil everywhere, so we're going to get these old ones out and get the new ones in, and hopefully it'll be much better. So got the brake pipe there, which just hooks on the back of the shocker. For a bolt here, I need to get the bonnet open and rip her on out. Hopefully it'll all come undone, because I've not long had it undone, because I undone it to get all the other one in that was wrong. So happy days. The retaining nut on the top, which will just, oh yeah, she's coming off. That's meant. Now we just need to get this one off and then give it the old heave ho hammer o and get her out. Right, tools. So we'll give it the 19 on that one.
So just going to undo this bolt here now. And I'm hoping it's just going to come back right out of there. And there it is. As easy as that. Oh. So what have we got to do the job? Well, we got these, the claws of death, spring compressors, 2 of them, and we're going to use them to compress the spring to get it off the shock absorber. Now then, you must be careful with these things. They are really dangerous and I don't like them at all, but we don't have the choice. We're just going to wind them on down, compress the spring. I reckon that's enough, just about. Yeah. You don't want to do any more than you have to. So we'll take the lock nut, we'll take the cup off, or the little hat, the bearing, and then the spring cup. We'll take our spring out and we'll get our new shock absorber. Spring on. There we go. We'll get the nut back on. Right, so now the nut's back on, we don't want to spin the shaft too much because it'll unscrew off the bottom. Sometimes I've had that happen before, so we're going to get an Allen key to go in the top and do it up with a spanner. So there we have it, she's safe again and ready to go on the van. Let's have a look at what we removed. I ain't bothering with the bump stop or anything, it's fucked. It's all had it, scrap. But look, the cap has come clean off. And there is no resistance in that, that's had it. Into the scrap. And let's get it back on the car. So once you've located your shocker back in and bolted it up, the first thing you need to do is check your top mount bearings are good still, which they are, just in case they've gone in wonky or you've crushed them or something, because the last thing you want to do is put it all together and then realise it's all gone wonky. Anyway, see if they fit. Looks like they're gonna fit with a bit of gentle In you go. To do is put the trolley jack under the hub and jack it back up on, because she's a really good fit with the paint and everything else and all that. So that's what we're doing. Put the bolt back in. There we go. Make sure your brake pipe's properly connected and we're all done. Perfect. Wheel back on and we'll do the other side. Let's see how good these shock absorbers perform.